Hello, good morning, and welcome to Build Black Better, which of course is a takeoff of Build Back Better. But it has a particular significance for us, for me, for you, for all of us gathered in this conference today, because we want to tackle the awkward question of how we release the investment finance necessary to ensure that black business of quality, distinction, and innovation takes to the stage and begins to become foundational, acceptable, and normal in wider society. So I'm speaking to you, Lord Hastings of Scarisbrick. I'm the chairman of the London Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Black Business Association and also chairman of the Black Business Institute. This is a passionate interest for me. I've witnessed over the decades very small, but some increasingly significant black businesses come into the fore. Just in the last week, a new sports business around boxing, finding itself with a £50 million investment. A clothing business emerging into the many hundreds of thousands of pounds of annual profit. But a tech business now valued in excess of £100 million. A solar energy business valued in excess of £40 million. All black innovated, black established, black businesses. But we still know that despite the innovation and the prospects and the people and their sense of energy, restaurants, shops, retail, technology, science, research, innovation, it's still hard to get the money to the front line. It's hard to get the money to the front line because there still is a critical issue of confidence and trust and assumption that maybe black business is not as equally integrous as the mainstream. Maybe there are suspicions of corruption, maybe even suspicions of ineffectiveness. But over and above that, how much are we willing to work together to achieve the mainstream impact we need to make in the world that is beyond our own tight, close, and sometimes comfortable communities? We know when we look at the history of effective business in the Northern Hemisphere, in the Western world, it's not difficult to see that actually over the decades, even over the hundreds of years, businesses have learned how to amalgamate their services and products, how to work together to get the best out of finance, how to combine skills and energies in order to build their communities more strongly. What's intrinsic to the black community so often is separation and separate identity and everybody going their own way and doing our thing independent of the mainstream. Those days have to pass. You know, as I look at the world of business flourishing here in the UK, across the Western world, I say I want to see the stage where businesses developed by people of colour, whatever their colour happens to be, and their cultures happen to be, and their backgrounds happen to be, are as equally credible as businesses established by the mainstream. As a child, I grew up in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I managed to see, fascinatingly, the biggest business in the town in the 1960s and the 1970s was a Chinese hardware store. Can you imagine that? At a time when you couldn't even fly from Beijing or Shanghai to anywhere in the Caribbean, there was a Chinese business operation in the center of the town, hardware, not food. You see, and I know every time as a child I went into that store, I saw the multiplicity of the families who together ensured that there was robust retail, good service, excellent quality of products, and of course, reliability. We want to see black businesses established, significant, potent, and impactful, well-financed, well-resourced, and delivering employment for our communities and beyond. But here's the challenge that also lies on black business building black better back, which is this. We've also seen in the course of the last few weeks well-established businesses that we came to trust. I remember my older daughter being so reliable in the 1990s and the 2000s on Facebook. What a great innovation this was. And from Facebook, WhatsApp and Instagram and a whole series of other technical products, how much we love them. And all of these platforms are now questionable for their impact on freedom, on democracy, on clarity of understanding, for their impact on people's dignity. The role of business is not just to rip the profits out of people so it can get itself better, but to build effective communities so all of us can be better. And better isn't just about our material gain, it's also about how we build confidence that allows one another to thrive, allows our communities to be strong, and allows our networks to be persistent. I want to see the same potential of a Chinese business that operated in Montego Bay, Jamaica in the 1970s, of black businesses operating here in the United Kingdom, right in the heart of our big cities and towns and communities that have come from innovative ideas, excellent people, but stable finance. And that's exactly why Lendo and its team and its network are here leading this conference to ensure that we build black better forward as we build a future that is black and robust. Thank you for your engagement today. Enjoy it, enjoy the conversations. Make sure you build forward black better.